I have forgotten how to have fun.
Welcome to Akihabara, where the Japanese beer industry spiced things up by showing us a trick they said they learned from their mother. I'm Casey.
And I'm Eric. We're just back in town from our little vacation, so today's going to be kind of a lighter day. I guess before we get too deep into this conversation, we should introduce this week's beer. Because this is kind of a catch-up episode, we went international today.
Today's selection is the Tap Room number 21 India Pale Ale. Wow. Apparently the entire theme of this brewery is like the Prohibition era.
Right.
It says they're based out of Rochester. Oh man.
Really? That hard, huh?
Well, I just never actually said it.
Never said it out loud. They're based out of Rochester, New York. I can pronounce it.
Or that's what they say. But when I was looking online, their website doesn't tell you anything about their history. And so when I went to look about like rate beer and things like that, it said all of this beer is actually brewed by World Brews, which is a brewery in California. So I have no idea.
That's weird. Okay.
There's a lot of mystery in this mobster beer. The website didn't have a whole lot more to offer up, though they did have some Prohibition era terms. Most of them everyone knows. The one I'd never heard before was the blind pig. Whenever it was a really common attraction whenever you'd go into a speakeasy. Of course, you couldn't drink, right? But people would go to see a blind pig, and by buying a ticket, they just happened to get a free drink while they were there. But the blind pig was kind of slang for the attraction. Like, oh, I'm going to go see a blind pig. Like, oh, cool. Wow.
So let's just do this now. Yeah.
The IPA here is about 6 to 7%. It is a modest 60 IBUs, so it's not super bitter, but enough to be an IPA.
Yeah, I didn't notice your notes off to the side here until I had a few sips of this, and my thought while drinking it was like, this isn't really hoppy. It's almost a little bit sweet, and then I see 60 IBUs, so that makes a lot more sense.
It reminds me of I guess you'd call it like an extra pale ale, kind of like the Yokohama one where it's not heavy.
Yeah.
I don't want to down talk this beer because it's nice, but yeah, I was kind of a little bit disappointed being an American IPA. Like, oh no. Still not terrible though.
I will continue to drink this for the rest of this episode. After that, I make no promises.
Yeah.
So should we talk about the trip?
Yeah. We spent a couple weeks going across the country from Tokyo down to Fukuoka using the Seishunju Hachikipu.
Right, so the Seishunju Hachikipu, a little Japanese life in Japan background info. JR, which is the major train system here, sells this ticket for about $110, $120 US dollars. That gives you 5 days of basically all you can ride. Any train that you can get on.
Except for Shinkansen.
Right, no bullet trains or anything, but you can get on any regular train you want and get off any regular train you want as many times as you want during the day for 5 days. So in total, I think it took us about 22, 23 hours altogether to make it out to Fukuoka. Stopped on the way in Osaka, in Nara, Hiroshima, and finally Fukuoka.
We also stopped in Himeji for a while.
Yeah, you may have caught our Himeji Castle video.
Yeah. Our only goal in Fukuoka was to drink at that beer festival every day.
We met some locals and we asked them what we should do in Fukuoka, and they were like, you're pretty much doing it. I was like, great.
Overall, would you recommend this beer?
Nah, it's alright. But I mean, there are better IPAs, probably right next to this one.
Yeah, it is a shame. I was hoping to like this more, seeing a nice IPA like this, but it really didn't do anything special for me.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to kind of drive our subscriber base up a little bit so we can show up higher on your YouTube homepage.
If you want to check out the last episode before we left on our trip, which came out this last week after we got back.
It's really confusing. Sorry.
Yeah. Either way, you can still check it out in the same spot, right down here.
We also were really good updating our social media while we were away. At least Twitter. Facebook, maybe not so much. But Twitter, we were really good on. And I've been keeping up with it as well. So if you have Twitter and you like beer or our faces, it's over here somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, team, hopefully we'll be back to our regularly scheduled routine in the next episode. Until then,
thank you so much for watching.